Alright, should be recording. Yes, I see the file. So just need to wait for the large map to load. But this is Going Medieval. Key was provided by Tinsley PR for the Irregular Corporation, and it is still in early access. I guess saying that is also a good idea. Yeah, so that actually would be true though. So I got a comment, and I don't want to like dogpile on the guy or anything like that, or gal. I mean, on the last video because of how I was talking about the skills don't make sense in this game. Because it's like, why are they saying like stone cutting isn't a skill, butchery isn't a skill? I mean, it's like stone cutting and masonry and such. It's like that is literally prehistoric. So it's like, yes, that would be a skill, absolutely, and has been a skill for a very, very, very long time. Because he was trying to say that's just modern stuff. It's like, no, and butchery also is not. That is also going to be quite old. And one thing interesting how it says here, yes, you do the mouse, 1353. I tried looking it up. Apparently the first that we can trace back to butcher's shop and also butchery guilds were 13th century, which that would actually be in the 1200s, and this is 1350. So yes, there would have actually been skilled butchers as a profession and professional guild at the time of this game. So I didn't even realize that. I'm just remembering. But really the main thing that I want to that thing, because I don't have much, there was like no game news this week, which I'm good with. But I did close out the comment that the reply I left with something that I do want to talk about, which is that my view on some of this stuff, especially when thinking about what people in the past were capable of, is if they had the material, they were going to be skilled people with it, because they would be working to try to figure out how they can make use of it. I mean, it's no, come on, there we go. Oh wait, hang. Oh, I know that's actually right. Okay. Sorry, I want to get this stuff taken care of first before I finish the point I have there. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's like if you have stone as one of your primary materials, you're gonna know how to use it because you need to know how to use it. You don't have other options, or at least it is a plentiful thing. So that is what you will be working in. Or like wood. It's like once you figure out how to cut down trees and use that for things instead of just relying on wood that's already fallen, you're gonna have carpenters, because there will be people that will be better at working with that material than others. Oh, I should actually be digging out over here. It's just the nature of humanity that some people are better at some things than others. Like, unfortunately, one thing I forgot I actually built these. Wait, no. Okay, good. I think I can actually just do this. And it is actually kind of demonstrated here in that, like, the people, they just come in with their own... Oh, that's right. With their own skills, but also their own aptitudes. Like, here, with culinary, to this, so they're very passionate. So they could actually be at a low skill level, they're not, but they could be at a very low skill level, but they're very passionate. So here, animal handling, that's actually a good one. It's 6, that's not very high, but is passionate about it, very passionate, and so will actually gain experience 4 times faster than, say, botany. Or carpentry, actually, let's look in carpentry. Very high skill, but low passion. Like, that is actually realistic. That you would have people that, by their nature, are going to just, by who they are, they're going to be better at certain things, they're going to be more interested in doing certain things, and so they that's what they would end up doing. Like, you would have somebody that is better at, more comfortable also at, because butchery is something that not everyone's going to be comfortable doing. And so, what the heck is this? Okay. Oh, I did not realize I had none. So it absolutely would be a skill. The idea that it's... Hang on, I'm trying to remember where. Where did it say it's not a skill? Here it is, butchering table. And it's like, no, that is absolutely a skill. I was like, yeah, the cuts of meat might be different, which is something the person pointed out. Those might be different from what we know today. But it still is. You would recognize that, hey, in like bacon, there's a certain amount of... It has a different flavor to it than the rest of a pig, if you're talking specifically about pork bacon. Because like ham and bacon don't necessarily always taste the same. They also can cook differently, and it part comes down to the fat content and such, which you would be seeing. So you'd notice, yes, cut along this way and you can get different flavors from it. And that kind of isolation of it would be useful. Because you'd then be able to sell it more consistently. Yeah, I guess just do that and get some of the iron as well. Nope. There. It did also mention that, like, butchers would also have been working with fish as well. But it's like, I mean, and it still would be a things like removing the organs effectively, because you don't want to, you don't want to not remove the organs properly, causing some meat to not be so good anymore, because it's been spoiled by one kind of bile or another, for example. And this seriously needs to be connected. It should be you fish, you catch, okay, now you haul it away or somehow guard it. I'm sorry, it's so stupid how they have that. That is so annoying. Oh, I just realized that. Hang on. I should actually, like, build up more of these traps. Holy crap. They just do not care. Maybe I'll put some in here. Did I open that? Yes, I did. Okay. I couldn't remember if I had actually opened this up or not. But I'm also just trying to think what might be a good personal example for me with skills. It's like, I am good at writing, but that's not necessarily a practical skill back here. You know, in this kind of time period, I don't know necessarily what I would be doing. I mean, I guess in theory I could say I'd be planning, since that's kind of what I'm doing now. Not sure how useful that'd actually be, though. Yeah, unfortunately, and I hate saying this because it is kind of offensive in a way to other people. That's like, oh, I'm more of an intellectual. It's like, yeah, that's not really a thing to be like, oh, that means I can't do other work. No, it's more of I don't have an interest in some other works, and I probably wouldn't be good at a lot of them. Like, that's more of no, my skills, unfortunately, my aptitudes, unfortunately, are just not where they'd be valuable for various other things. Like, I wish I had more of a vocational capability that I could be more of, like, a carpenter or metal worker or something like that, but it's just, that's don't have the interest there. Which is kind of funny, because like I can design a spaceship for a book that I can then tell you how it functions, what these systems are, what those systems are, how they function, what are certain advantages and disadvantages to this technology, that technology. All of it made up, but all of it still kind of reasonable. That is a very, very specific goal for me with the stuff I do. That it is with the science fiction I do, that I can explain it. Oh, damn, it's young, so that's just gonna have to grow up. Well, actually no, it doesn't have to. Why is that one not? Okay, I guess I just didn't do it. There. But it's the... Ah, crap. Hey, they're idiots. Well, no. Eventually they should end up falling down, which will hurt them, but it's like that. So it'll work out. It's just one of those weird things, and it does disappoint me some. Yeah, I do find it disappointing that I don't think I could put up, so I don't think I could build some of these things. I don't. I don't want any of that there. I mean, I do like working some things with my hands, but it's just, I don't... It would be one of those things where it's like, hey, I want to learn carpentry so I can make these, or just whatever it would take to make these wooden traps. Okay, I'd learn it, but because I also wouldn't be using it much in my life, I would forget it so quickly. That is also part of it. It's like, I can sit down and just write. So there's a lot of things I can do then with that. But, and I didn't say that correctly. I can just sit down and write. So my writing skill is basically always relevant to me. But a carpentry skill, woodworking skill isn't. I don't have things that would have me doing that. And it's also kind of, oh yeah, I also have over here. It's like also this, like the video production work. I've been making videos for how many years? It's kind of silly when you consider that so few get watched. But it's also, I'm just like, I legitimately do have, like thousands of hours of video content out there that I know a lot of it has never been seen because nobody watches it. All right, that's fine. Doesn't stop me. But it is like one thing that there is a skill there that actually does translate. I am perfectly comfortable with public speaking. There are a lot of people that are not comfortable with public speaking, and I can't blame them. I wasn't always, but I had to be. I had to become comfortable with public speaking. So I am. But it is one of those, that, would it be useful here? That actually could be useful here, but that doesn't necessarily mean I always know much what to say. Or how to say it well. It is funny, I'm good at public speaking, but I'm also better at writing than I am speaking. Okay, I only just actually realized that. Hang. Okay, I'm gonna do that. So that way they get 2 hours. I forgot that I wasn't giving them any time for leisure. Just completely forgot about that. And you know what? There. Priority haul all that. I want this stuff cleaned out. I guess that could actually be the thing, although it isn't specifically relevant here, unfortunately. But I did actually just think of the thing that I could do if this were the situation. because of my public speaking comfort, but also the fact that I have actually done this. I could be a teacher. Like, I have informal teaching experience, technically, doing outreach and even an educational summer camp program. I wrote a curriculum for that even. It's like that I could do. That actually I would be able to do here and would be helpful with. That would be beneficial. What is she even upset about? Then eat. I know for a fact there's gonna be food, okay? And you know what? There is more than enough of these guys, of the sheep, the deer, the goats. There we go. Where's an old one? Where's a nice old one? There's an old one. I'm trying to train that one. Yes, Hall. Oh, there's a lot of female goats. Alright. Let's take that one. Slaughter. And plus that'll be helpful because the dog's unhappy. The dog's hungry. What is this goat doing? I guess one thing about the whole, I could teach. It's like, what would I teach? I couldn't teach carpentry. Going back to that question. Yeah, that is fair. Okay, seriously, why is... Oh, figures. The one who would act is the one who's just... Who's not. What does that mean, broken? I mean, if you're hungry, eat. I'm certain... Okay, that is... you... Ow. Okay. Birds... Coin... Oh wait, seriously? It looks like there might not be. Huh. And that highly unlikely, to be honest. There, fish them up. See, I need meat somehow. Let's just do that. So you like it so much there. And who was it? That is Alicia. Yeah, I'm sorry, this is such a dumb design. It really is. I really don't know what other defenses would work here. Although, that really is what they're just doing. Alright. I was like, would this actually keep them out? And how much of the different stuff do I have? I am not entirely sure. Yeah, I might actually have the most wood. I mean, this is legitimately a problem. You know what? But just those aren't going to stop anything. I need to like put up a door. But I also am like really not sure because I think that they can just walk around. Hmm. And of course they're all sleeping, so there's really not much I can do at the moment. See, what would be nice is if I could be like, hey dog, go here, protect. But it absolutely is not a feature of the game. No, it is true though. It's only down here that they're coming. You know what? I think that's just gonna have to be the solution. Told you, well, he ate it. That's why. That this cannot be for food. That's probably also going to mean, though, that they will stop coming in, so those traps are worthless now, but still. Have to haul it. Okay. I got an idea. And this might work. I'm going to put a hole here, door here, and I'll just, like, move the ladder back. Because that should provide the protection I'm hoping for. And the ladder can be freestanding. That shouldn't be an issue. Oh, I can't. Right there. Ah, that's annoying. It can only be in like this. Wait, that doesn't make any... Hang on. I can't tell because I can't see it. Alright. Get rid of that. Okay, there. Now let me see. Okay, no, that is right. There. So now I should be able to have on food. Because of that. And now for this. This is also really stupid. Alright, so I can't just tell it, hey, build there, and it will put down ones that are already created. That's not how that works. Where are they? Don't appear to be there. Are they here? Yes. That's one. Hey, sleeping pile. Hey, sleeping pile. And you can't, like, select find them. It's like, I did take out 2, so where's the other one? I have no idea. And I have no ability to find out either. Because that's not a feature of the game. It makes perfect sense for it to be a feature of the game, but it's not. There's a lot of stuff here, isn't there? Oh, man, you know what? That is true. Actually, I should. Hang on. Oh, no, that's right. It would be that. So. Wait, why am I... That's not right. Come on. There. Oh, that's where the stick trap is. I need more stone, because that's not been completely worked. Did the dog just... It seemed like it may have tried to actually get the, Is this a pet? It's not. Wait, what? Is this still what? What? I am... No, it is domesticated. Do I have 2 dogs? When did I get 2 dogs? And boom. Does not need to be set to bed. Okay. Okay, good. So I want to put that there. Alright. Why is there no cabbage? How do I not have cabbage seeds? What the hell could have happened that I would run out of cabbage seed? And I have herbs. Like, they aren't herb seeds. It's just herbs. Hang on. Hey there. Oh, there are herb seeds. But still, how the hell did I... Cabbage I definitely did have. How are there no seeds? I mean, that legitimately is confusing to me. I mean, I guess it must have been that something that stuff was going down there and eating the seeds, because it is technically a food. Well, whenever I get somebody visiting, I'll just have to buy some of both. I will say this, if I did have skills as a carpenter, I am not starting a project then without the resources. I'm sorry, that's just stupid. That really is just stupid. You know, technically, you should be able to do this with a linen as well, with some sort of fabric, textile. Might not last as long as the sticks, but it should be effective enough and quick enough to do that it could end up working out favorably. Just so I know which one to leave. Now, I'll also say there could be an argument made that fish and hunting should go together. What is fishing actually under? I think it is actually under animal handling. I don't remember when that was introduced. I simply don't remember. Reduces items at skep. Is that the name of the location we're in? Sorry, but there was a suggestion that it might be running low on sticks, so better start harvesting some. What the heck? Oh, it completely died and went away. And nobody's fishing. Okay. We really do need a filter here. Slaughter one of the deer to help with that. What? Oh. Son of a... Yeah, no. No. What are you... Yes. That has not been helping. Holy crap, that has not been helping. Alright. Well, that's true. It's technically anyone, but... What do you... No, I don't want you fishing. Yeah, it also just occurred to me, if cooking is a skill, how is butchering not? Because in some cases, cooking is just, you put it on a stone next to a fire. If you have a skillet, you put it on that. I mean, actually, this takes way more skill than that. Yeah, the game really does not make sense in terms of skills. Okay, that is my own dog that is hungry, so eating. I'm okay with that. In fact, you can keep eating it. Yeah, urgent haul. Everyone, top priority. We're gonna do everything else first. I'm like, seriously, she's milking a goat before she's taking care of this. And now we have a wolf. No, come on. There. Get away. I'm sorry, it's just fishing is one of those, yes, it makes perfect sense to add this, but it is in such a nonsensical way. No, you don't. I mean, they have food pouches. It would not be unreasonable for them to have a fish pouch. That they catch a fish, they put it directly in there so it never leaves their person and is always protected. That makes absolute sense. And for anyone thinking, what are you talking about? They wouldn't have that. Why wouldn't they? Why would they have a food pouch but not that? And it's also, it's like, I've got, well, we haven't gotten rid of it yet, but I have one jacket. It's a blood-proof game pouch in the back that, not so much for fish, that'd be more like if duck hunting. Put that in the back. I've got a vest nearby. I actually used to use that when I was tutoring. Because the shotgun loops are conveniently sized for also holding dry erase markers, in case you didn't know that. But that also has a blood-proof pouch there. Now, true, that's, it being blood-proof, definitely a more modern thing. But you think back then they didn't have pouches specifically for holding game of different kinds? No, they absolutely did. Because it would be useful, and they would make use of it. Yeah. They should be in summer repair. And this is also really stupid. This is so stupid as well. It's like they will just strip wherever they are. Just because, like, no, change what you're wearing. Oh, cool. We do have the apples growing. Okay, I don't see any way of getting additional saplings. It's actually interesting. We don't have that as an option. Let me just see. That's... None of these are suggesting they are stunted. That's good. Anyway, I guess, what can I talk about besides the game? Well, there is CES is coming up. I think I may have said something on that, along those lines. But yeah, CES is coming up. I'm gonna be busy. At least I hope I will be. I hope I do see enough news and such to write up. I don't know what all some of it might be, though. I actually did write up something today. Yeah, there was, like, no game news this week. Sorry, I just realized I need to close something. There's basically no game news this week. But did have a thing about a team group has technically launched, but it's a paper launch because it's pre-orders will be in February. I guess just like that. For a PCIe 5 NVMe SSD. that they're going to be showing it off in the Asus showcase. Oh, I know. Actually, yeah, pull from these. Yeah, it will be part of the Asus showcase at CES, but it won't be until February that you'll be able to pre-order these. So yeah, paper launch, but I mean, it's still, pretty neat. What were they saying? 14 gigabit per second? Or was it gigabit? I think they actually had a capital B there, so it was gigabyte per second, which I'm not actually sure if that's right. It's what's in the press release. It's what I went with. Yeah, that it is neat to see such high-speed storage. I don't think I would ever need that much. I mean, here, let me put this in context. I have recorded lossless, like I set the CRF to 0. What the hell happened? Just tired? Why didn't you go to sleep? Everybody has a bed. I actually should try to build more. There. I legitimately should try to build more. And why is there still snow on these? Okay, so I know I should be stopping soon. I think that it is where I will stop, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. 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 Oh, wait, no. There. There. I really do just want one of these built. Since I'm mirroring it, that will be helpful. No, it's here. Wall torch. There. But yeah, just having one is going to be helpful. Oh, yes. Wooden chair. There. What the hell? 9 left allowed resources. I mean, it can definitely be... Oh! No, it can't. That would explain why it can't be reached. It's like, what are you talking about? There. What? Say that again? Where was that? Where's my log? No. At death's door? She's not that old. But I mean, is she the one that just changed? Seriously? I have no idea who this was, and of course you're not... Oh wait, no. Here, critical again. Then why are you here? How old is she? 46. Oh, come on. You're not that old. Okay, you know what? No, I'm just gonna... Oh, where the hell does she... Which is her room? That is your room. Yeah, go to sleep. Like, I don't want her dying. I want her to heal. I don't know why she's just not. It's like, what? Somebody needs to take care of her. What the hell? I'm sorry, but it's legitimately the top priority, and no one is doing anything. And I can't, like, even tell them, do this. What is going on here? What is she doing? She's also supposed to be sleeping. I do not understand what is going on here. None of this is what is actually set to be happening. And how did she get injured? I'm sorry, it's one of those, this is never how this would work in real life. This is contrary to anyone calling it a simulation. Also, why is he not wearing any clothes? There should be summer gear for everyone. Wait. Where's the tailoring equipment? The sewing station. Who's gonna be the best at tending? Medicine. 6, 5, 5, 7, 3, 6. Well, might as well be you then. But it's, again, I cannot force them to do this. And I've been able to before. I know I've been able to before. It's like, yeah, hang on. Hang on. This might be a bug, actually. Which, well, actually, back to main menu. Yes. Like, it is not unreasonable. There's a bug that they're just ignoring what I'm telling them to do. It's also almost 50 minutes, so it's not a bad idea to be... There we go. To be stopping soon. But it's like, no, that is absolutely not what it should be doing. That is thoroughly incorrect behavior. She should be convalescing, and other people should be tending to her. And I should be able to tell them, hey, tend to her. And I don't know how she was injured. I am curious about that, but I also at the same time kind of don't care. Because it's like, no, the immediate issue is addressing her, you know, like getting her taken care of. Okay, this is Funko. What the heck is that skep then that I was talking about? Like, I was thinking it's used on, used for, something like that. But it's, if it were the location here, that's one thing. But it's like skep. There is no such thing as skep to my knowledge. Okay. I got nothing. I really have no clue, because none of it is making sense right now. But at least, I mean, it's like, she can just do whatever the hell she wants. Hopefully she will heal. Just being left on her own. Because that's all I can do, is leave her on her own. You know what? For now... There, just whatever. Why do those have to be separate? Melee one-handed and melee two-handed. It's like there's just a melee skill. See, that's again one of those things. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. It should be either. I guess there's this. Just melee. That's all melee. I was like, that shouldn't be a thing I have to make. Not even remotely is that a thing I should have to make. And one-handed and two-handed, that makes sense for something I have to make. Melee 8, 9, alright, so you can just be any. So basically even there. Why? How can you be more comfortable? I have been brewing alcoholic beverages. Hey, what on earth are you doing? I'm sorry, it's just... No one's doing the things they should be doing when they should be doing them. See? Now they're actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. Why did you... What? But why did it take that frickin' long for it to finally be a, hey, you know, I'm actually gonna do something here? Also, why did they trade off? None of this makes sense. Wait, I just... I'm just... annoyed. There. Alright. There. That can actually go off for now. Yeah, we can stop here. But ay. So it looked like they could only be tended once they were actually counted as wounds, I guess, but it still is. She's injured. Why is she not resting? Why did I have to try to force her to do that? And why did it take so much effort to actually force her to do it? Oh, man. I mean, she's sick. Lie down. It's not that hard a concept. Except apparently it is. Ah. Yeah. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It will be interesting whenever it is this game exits early access and I get to go at it again in a review where I can't, there is no cover for, well, this may get better. It's no, this is so frustrating. I cannot think of a reasonable defense for why it is this way, other than they had an idea, they expanded on the idea, but they've neglected to fix the fact that the original idea, that foundation, doesn't support the expansion. And that I think is a fair way to describe some of it, like the whole thing with the jobs and skills. They had an idea and probably just stuck with that, even though at this point it is not responsive to what is there for the number of jobs and the number of skills. It really is. It needs an overhaul. And I was it the previous one or the one before that, where I was talking about how it's flat. And that's the problem. It should not be flat. Some of these things should be nested under others with specializations, essentially. So, like, it should be combat and then melee and ranged for specializations or aptitudes, even if you want to put it that way. Because, I mean, you could have there was somebody who had both, where melee and range was both, like, one was 8, the other 9. So that's just like a combat of 9, let's say. But it's a slight specialization towards range. Also, they desperately need training. Why that doesn't exist in the game, I do not understand. That it's you have so much stuff where it's like, oh yeah, you can make better clothes if you had a higher skill level. How do you get to higher skill level? You make more clothes. It's like, so I have to waste the resources? Why can't I just have a training option? And I know other games have this. I can't think of one, but I know I've played games that do have it, where it's like, just train on this. So yes, they may be using resources, but not necessarily as many, but they're not producing an output. And it's just no, work on this forever. Let's just go, do this, get better, and then they can start doing it. I was like, that would be so useful here. Because it's like, it's so frustrating, the whole, they ruined something. They ruined a material. It's like, okay, go practice. That's not unreasonable. That's very realistic. It's like, go practice. Not make more of this thing that you're probably going to screw up, and hey, some of the stuff you won't screw up, so it'll be useful. But no, just go practice. Don't worry that the output might not actually be usable. Go do that. I mean, it's like, I'm just trying to probably combine two things, because I've seen some YouTube videos that people put together of, like, their blacksmiths and making fantasy weapons, whether it's movies or video games. But they talk about how basically, the first place you start is with a knife for that kind of blacksmithing. And it's, well, I can believe actually any blacksmithing, because in theory, a knife is simple. But the reality is, your first knife is going to be crap because you're not that good at it yet. I actually know somebody who, she works with a blacksmith and wanted to learn to make a knife. And he let her, and I'm pretty sure she did say, it's not very good, but she did make it. And it's like, that knife, it's not going to be all that useful. And potentially that's I could believe that a lot of people, the first knife you make when you're trying to become a blacksmith, or at least trying to develop that skill, you're keeping that. But in theory, you could make it, and then it's like, okay, let's make a new one. It's like, and take that material and reuse it. I mean, I'm not sure if tempering would interfere with that. But it's like, metal is intrinsically recyclable. Although it can be dangerous with steel if you mess with the amount of carbon in there. But still is, like, you You could do that and then immediately use it for something new. But it's like you need that practice, but it could be making something that it isn't going into the inventory in this game. It's just that you made it. It is, as far as the player is concerned, not the NPC, it's trash. It's irrelevant. So it doesn't need to be there, but it's just say, hey, spend a day where all you do is this. Like if I could tell Settler, all you do is work on making clothes. That's it. You don't need to actually make them in the end. Just spend a day doing that. They could do that, and now, when I tell them the next day, okay, I need 4 clothes, that let's say they get that done in-game 3 hours. Well, let's say 1 hour, well here, hold on. No, it was 6 summer clothes that I needed. Let's say it was 1 hour each, but I had them do 1 day before of just practicing. So it's 6 hours that they spend. Those 6 hours, they're going to be better than if I just on the first day told them to do that. Like they will be better than that one at 6. But I can't tell them, work on this for a day and then do the thing. I can't do that. That's not an option. Give me that option. As I said, I know there is a game that offers that. I cannot think of what it is, though. Where it is just a go train. And it's also with the metalworking, you do actually have the parts of the pieces to the puzzle already there. In that you can make a weapon and then recycle materials back into it might be mechanical component. No, you can recycle mechanical components into the iron. So like you could set up a process there where it's just make it, recycle it, make it, recycle it, make it, recycle it. Even if you're losing material, at the end, you spend that 1 day, you now are going to have somebody making better weapons. That is thoroughly reasonable to have for a lot of this stuff. Maybe not so much the carpentry, but even then, actually, no, it would be reasonable with the carpentry. Because you could have the person, the wood is kept as logs. You could have the person working on just making the planks. Like the raw planks that are then later cut and such to build larger things. So it's like you're getting a better idea of handling the wood and working with the wood out of the logs. Which some of that should translate over then to your ability to build something up from it. That's reasonable to me. Where it's like, you because you're working from a log, the planks are all going to be 10 feet long. While you're building something you need 6 foot long. Well, you still learned how to cut the wood to make the plank, so you're going to be better at cutting it to the 6 feet and doing that properly, so that it will fit in all that, and also I'm trying to think of what that. There's a term for it where you have the wood where it interlocks. Instead of like having to use nails or screws or even bindings, you just design it so the wood interlocks. Sometimes you would use wooden pins. I can't remember what the name of that style is. But it's like that is something you'd need to know how to work with the wood, how to properly cut it and fit it together. That's something I could see you learning just from making the planks, or at least getting better at some of the core skills necessary for that kind of work by working the planks, by making the planks. So that is not unreasonable to do either. But like my argument there is there are things within the game, tasks that you could, in the case of the logs making into planks, that you would have to add in, because you actually don't see that. You're just going straight from logs to whatever. Then when you deconstruct the logs, the planks go back to logs. Figure that one out. It's like you have the pieces here, and it's I'm trying to think of a way to put it. It's a game that demands depth, but feels shallow in all the wrong places. I mean, that's kind of the way I think I can put it. Is it deserves a depth to so that you have things like they can train, but it's very shallow there. Where no, skills are only developed by doing a task that must be productive. All right, I was like that okay, but give me the depth of letting them practice at it. No, we're not giving that to you. Why? I mean, it's shallow where it shouldn't be like that, because that is something that should have depth. Because reasonably, that in a real world would have that depth. All right, I mean, it's like consider an apprentice to a master. The master might be the one that actually makes anything. The apprentice learning is going to make stuff that would not be sold, would not go to the customer. but they still have tasks that they can do that they will learn from. And that improves their skills. So one day they can become a master, that they can start making things that would be used. They can become a master, and then they can have an apprentice. But here it seems like, no, you always have to be a master even when you don't have that skill level. And you don't have a way of getting to that aside from impersonating a master. And it's just, it is frustrating. Okay, so yeah, the review when this goes full release, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be so much fun. All right, and hey, at least one thing I can say, and I know it's gonna be a pain in the ass for anyone that would want to. I have not spent any time in this game while I'm not recording. Every experience I have had, in going medieval from the beginning, there was video of it and me being on mic. So at least it is when it comes time to write that, if anyone's like, why are you being so hard on it? It's like, here's hundreds of hours you can look through to see my entire experience, okay? This is why I'm hard on it. Man, I'm sorry. It's one of those things that no one's ever actually called me out on that, but it would be interesting if anyone were to try to call me out on a review saying like, "Oh, that's not what it's like. You're lying," or whatever. It's like, dude, watch the damn thing. The height of transparency. Anyway. See you next time when CES will have happened. So I don't know if there will necessarily be much video game news, but there will hopefully be hardware news. I did see something, apparently AMD's thing is going to be mainly about AI, which isn't surprising. CES, it's not, you can announce new hardware, but it's not typically enthusiast hardware. Yeah. So we might see some stuff there, new laptops. That kind of stuff. So you'll probably actually, you know what, that actually would make sense. The 8040 series, the Ryzen 8040 series, that's basically the 7040 series, but with improved AI processing on there. That could actually be something that they focus on. And those are mobile processors. Those are going to laptops. So that would actually make sense to be a topic. Intel would probably have new mobile processors. NVIDIA may. There have been rumors about NVIDIA releasing a refresh to the 4000 series. So you could see that. I know I've been seeing rumors about... Well, no, actually, I take that back. It's not even a rumor. Hang on. Let me pull that up. Okay, so Phoronix had a thing. This is the headline. AMD RDNA 3 refresh graphics support may be in good shape with Linux 6.7. Okay. So basically some last minute fixes being put in, which is actually kind of curious. Alright, so I'm trying to skim this, but okay, so it's fixes to version 13.0.6, which version 13 was for RDNA 3, but SMU, I'm not sure what SMU actually stands for, but it is relevant to this stuff, to the graphics stuff. It's got to do with the IP system. Like whatever, you can just read the Phoronix thing for yourself. We'll look it up, but because I do want to wrap this up. But it's saying here that SMU14 has appeared, and that Michael at Phoronix is saying that's most likely for RDNA 4. But system management unit. There we go. He finally uses, yeah, with SMU 13.0.6 being a minor revision to the SMU 13 in its system management unit. Knowing this he's basically explaining why he's saying that this appears to be for a refresh, because it isn't going to be for an already released integrated or discrete GPU, and knowing that SMU14 is for the next gen, what other use could there be but a refresh? Okay. So that is potentially something that could also be announced, at least some of it. Yeah. Well, sorry, clarifying. That could be something that is also talked about at CES, a refresh coming, which, true, I've not been following the GPU market that closely. I feel like RDNA, a refresh for RDNA 3, the best thing they could do with that is if they, sorry, sorry, really need to clear my throat there. Like that was almost just involuntary. It would be nice if they could like slot those in to push down the pricing of the current products and like maintain it. Because I mean, right now performance isn't a problem. You can get wonderful performance from these GPUs, AMD and Nvidia. The problem is pricing. That's what they need to be attacking. Which is why some of the rumors that I haven't seen for a while, some of the rumors that RDNA 4 won't have a high-end, a so-called high-end product that'll be like the 5000 series with RDNA 1, where it tops out at the 5700 XT, so a 8700 XT topping out that. It's like, what's wrong with that? I mean, it's okay, ray tracing might not be bleeding edge in that case, but it's also 99% of game. Actually, no, I take that back. 99.999. I mean, it might as well be 100% of games don't require ray tracing. There are a few games that are, like Metro Exodus Enhanced Edition. That's only ray tracing. I think I don't want to count the Quake thing. That's the RTX Quake, because you can play Quake 2. I don't remember. It was that Quake. You can play whichever the original version of Quake is without ray tracing. In fact, you need that base version for the RTX stuff to work, is my memory, because it's basically a mod on top of it, the RTX stuff. So it's like you can basically play any game, period, without ray tracing. So why are we obsessing over ray tracing performance so much? I think it's actually because it gives a reason for a higher cost parts. But I mean, it's like even a mid-range GPU today, what we are labeling as mid-range today, is 4K capable. Okay? So being just mid-range, I don't see it as a bad thing. I honestly do not see it as a bad thing, because it's like, what are you getting out of going further? It's like, no one's running 8K. 4K is the edge of it at the moment. So I'm saying, okay, 4K at 120 instead of 60. All right. Well, if you really care that much about frame rate, you've got FSR 2, you've got FSR 3, you've got DLSS 2, you've got DLSS 3, talking about NVIDIA GPUs. You also just have turning down settings from Ultra. I mean, it's like there's so many options you have there. And I would always do turning down settings before going to the upscalers or frame generation, frame hallucination stuff. But it's like, we are really in a good spot when it comes to this, just performance-wise. Pricing sucks. So attacking the mid-range, which you cannot do just with performance today, you need to attack it with pricing. That would be a good thing. So bring on the refresh, but price it right. Please. Bring on RDNA 4 being just not having high-end, but price it right. Ah, man. I've been blathering enough. But yeah, so next week, I'll probably mainly be talking about CES news. I don't think there'll be much video game news. I mean, it's like, they last week there was nothing. This week, there wasn't really anything that I saw. I wasn't getting press releases. Next week is CES. I would not, if I were a PR person, I would not put out anything next week that is video game. It's like, no, unless we're launching imminently, it's like, no, we're not competing with CES. Don't do that. So yeah, it's the week after, though. I could definitely see a flood of video game stuff. So yeah, we'll just see. Yeah, that should be it. See you next time.